Amateur Series cage, riding a 1-fight win streak. Was on a 2-fight losing streak, Michael, and snapped that.
Yeah, made his debut in 2022. We haven't seen him. I mean, we saw him in February, but before that, it was a little while since we've seen him. He's a coach at Ohana. Just been training constantly. Good to see Caden back in the cage.
And he's looking to get on some sub-100 cards as well. And when we're looking at Caden Adkison, it's the 7th time making the walk as an amateur here. And it's crazy how fast it goes, right, for these guys. I remember when Caden just started fighting, we're like, oh man, this is a promising fighter. And just like that, it's 7 fights in for Fury, 8th overall.
Yeah, and he had some real stiff competition. He's fought some real high-level guys as an amateur. I remember that debut, if I'm not mistaken, it was in San Antonio.
Yep.
And he blistered his guy with low kicks, so it was a sight to behold. Fun guy to watch ever since, you know, stands on business. He throws down when he's in this Fury cage. That's why he's got such a good following.
He is inside the cage. Let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome Angel Castillo to the red corner.
A busy afternoon for Strong Style MMA. Another Strong Style fighter, Angel Castillo, 3-2 record, 6-time inside the Fury FC cage. 1-fight losing streak. Had 2 fights in a row. And his head coach, Richard Burmaster, also our head coach, VP of Talent. He said this was the best fight camp Angel has had in a long time.
That says a lot. Angel's good, and we saw him get a crazy walk-off KO a few fights back. The fight after that, he fights a veteran, and it's a rear mount triangle arm lock finish. I mean, he's a dynamic fighter. He's a dynamic finisher. And as Rich always says, he's big. He is super strong for the weight class.
Yeah, 2 of those 3 wins are submissions in round 1. And then, of course, that KO that you talked about in his debut. Yeah, Angel Castillo, the real deal. When you got a guy this big, this strong, fighting at 135, probably 150 pounds now coming into the cage today. Very, very tough to beat. This is a good matchup.
This is going to be a super fun fight.
We look at our tape brought to you by Odd Socks, the best socks in the game, and also great boxers as well. The height advantage going to the 22-year-old Angel Castillo. Weight is good to go. The reach going to Caden Adkison, the 21-year-old. And both of these fighters, look at that experience. This could be one of the best fights we've had in a long time in our amateur division. Can't see it on your screen, but Caden Adkison is just pacing back and forth. I think he's ready to fight us. He just wants to get this thing going.
Next time he comes by this way, I'm going to point at you and say you said it.
Angel was inside. Both fighters are ready to go. Let's get our introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next fight, brought to you by Odd Socks, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Bantamweight Division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. This Ohana Academy fighter stands 5 feet, 7 inches tall, and he weighed in at 136 pounds even. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 4 wins, 3 losses. This is Caden, the Rage Adkison. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This strong style mixed martial artist stands 5 feet, 10 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 135.4 pounds. Fighting out of West Laco, Texas, his amateur record stands at 3 victories, 2 defeats. This is Angel Castillo. Your referee in charge of the action, Danielle Guevara.
Danielle Guevara inside, blue gloves, red trunks for Caden Adkison, white trunks, red gloves for Angel Castillo. An immediate shot there by Caden.
A very nice trip there from Caden.
And when Caden fought Emmett Epperson, he wrestled really hard, really early, and it did fatigue him a bit. It looks like when he fights these real heavy power punchers, that's the strategy. And this is one of those things, I mean, if he gets Angel down, which he gets him down again, if he doesn't hold him down or do much damage, then that's a lot of calories burnt for not a real big payoff. So if you are going to wrestle like this, you got to be on them and doing damage and hunting submissions. Much easier said than done, but this is a strong but bold way to start a fight.
See, Angel Castillo's got that left hook in for a butterfly hook. He's got it more centered on this, so he's trying to lift that knee and elevate. You get that knee underneath, you have that foot underneath. It makes your opponent really light on the hips. But as you see, Adkison staying really, really close, pushing his hips as close as he possibly can, trying to take the strength out of that leg for that butterfly hook.
It's been about a minute in this position now.
See, and this is, this was worth that heavy wrestling assault. He's in on almost a leg lace here. But again, not a ton of damage done. Oh, he can maybe go to full mount. We'll see if he can't clear that top left knee of Castillo. Goes back to the leg lace.
Castillo doing a good job of controlling that hand for a minute. Every time Adkison reaches down and tries to push that knee through, Angel Castillo grabs that wrist, controls that hand, causing him to let go because he does not want to lose that knee shield right now. Although it's pretty shallow, Adkison's doing a good job. He's got his hips crossed over.
Yeah, I think Caden's happy to sit in this quasi guard.
Yeah, you see the right knee in front of the quad of Angel Castillo of the left leg, and then the right leg is like, almost like a twister from the front or something.
Now building his base back up for a moment is Angel. And back to the ground we go.
Caden doing a good job of staying on the balls of his feet. Because the last thing you want whenever they got a butterfly hook in is to put your knees on the ground.
Oh, you got to be careful here. 10 seconds left.
Pops his head out.
Yep. Can't get caught in something here, and the fight ends. Oh,
spins out of it. Oh, my.
Ooh, this is going to be close.
Oh, man.
Saved by the bell. Getting this fight, and he wanted to keep this fight standing. Such a good stand-up fighter.
And this pace is maintainable if you're in just tremendous shape. And Caden, he was bouncing on his feet when this round ended, or when this round just began. Yeah, he's looking to wrestle hard. He's paying the iron price for that shot.
These punches are connecting flush. But Caden sticking with it and completes it.
Man, Angel Castillo was biting down on his mouthpiece and just wearing out.
He was punching whatever he could.
Yeah, he hit him on the foot. He hit him wherever he could hit him, letting him know that you were going to pay for these takedowns.
And some of those did hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Caden Adkison, because you saw that reaction.
Yeah, he had to stop and cover for a moment before he could get his hips in a little bit deeper.
Take a 4-3 record for Caden Adkison. 3-2 for Angel Castillo. Both fighters such promising careers.
This is such an interesting position to get stuck in this kind of like this butterfly half guard hybrid. What you almost want to tell the bottom player is to let them pass your guard, so you can go belly down, you can punch underhooks, you can scramble. Because, you know, when you're on bottom, you're establishing a guard, which means you're keeping yourself connected to them. It's unless you're trying to like hit them with a hard-nosed sweep, it's going to be tough to get up.
Yeah, and if you're using your feet to grip your opponent, it's impossible to put them on the mat to stand up. So you've got to get these legs unlaced. So I think you're right, Alex. I think letting him pass is the move here.
And the biggest risk is always the back take. But, I mean, you get your back take and you lose. You get stuck in guard, you lose. At least on the back take one, you got a chance to get up.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. There's a knee bar from here.
The dog bar, yeah. That top half. But it doesn't seem like Caden is really looking to advance me on the guard or even go for subs. He's happy to just pin him and punch him.
Especially up against the cage, there's really not much to do here for Angel.
And Caden had a bit of a renaissance as a martial artist. His style is drastically different now than it was when we saw him in his first couple of fights. He more so preferred to strike. He loved kicking at range and bouncing and blitzing in. But he did catch himself on the end of a couple of losses against some real heavy hitters. And I think he's playing to his strengths a bit more here.
Yeah, plus, I mean, not many people want to stand and trade with Angel Castillo. He's a monster. Got heavy hands.
Yeah.
We've seen his hands, how fast they are. So yeah, this is there's a perfect game plan for Adkison if he can maintain it.
That was a good up kick. Oh, that was another good one.
Yeah, here goes Angel Castillo again.
So if anything, that's good for Angel Castillo's, his mental game here. He knows he can get up now. He just has to do that earlier. A more competitive round two, mostly in the last 10 seconds and the first 10 seconds. I'd say Castillo won the first and last 10 seconds of round two.
Yeah, I think Richard Burmeister is asking, why didn't we do that sooner? Really hard to do, though, when you've got an animal like Caden Adkison on top of you that's got a wrestling pedigree like he seems to. Like you said, we've known him as a striker. We've known him as a guy who kind of will fight to his opponent's strength sometimes, just prove a point. Not doing that today at all.
There's the AC.
Yeah. Yeah, they kicked the AC on finally.
Yeah, it is. Blowing. All our papers are blowing here.
Yeah, tornado blew through here.
Here we go, round three. Caden Adkison has found a lot of success in this fight. Angel Castillo coming out with a nice scripted combo.
Looking for a tornado kick. And another one. He successfully sprawls here. He's got to watch the chain wrestling. Maybe punch that left side underhook. So you got to just pummel here.
And you can see Adkison feet way out. He's trying to put a lot of pressure on Castillo up against that cage.
See if he gets a hard rotation to his left to Adkison. No, Castillo gets his foot back on the ground. So Castillo did punch that left side underhook in pretty deep. Keeps the underhook alive, keeps the legs out temporarily, though. Adkison finds that crafty over-under trip. One of the more efficient takedowns in MMA.
That was the opening minute of round three. Let's see what the final 2 minutes hold. Will Angel Castillo figure things out? He's going to have to really get it going here.
Yeah, he's going to have to sell out trying to get up. And then, in the process during that chain wrestling, he's going to have to let go and just start connecting and punishing Adkison because, Adkison's just kind of holding him here. He's not really, doing a ton of damage, but the control time is just so, overwhelming and one-sided.
Yeah, and, if the fight finishes like this, Adkison will get the win, but moving forward, this is going to be a really, really tough style to implement every single time. I mean, because he's gonna catch some real good wrestlers. You know, as he, I would imagine, soon goes pro. A couple more amateur fights maybe. But once you get close to the 10 range, 10 amateur fights, it's usually time to move on. This being his 8th.
And no signs of giving up in any position here. Crowd is getting a little bored.
Yeah.
Boos raining down.
You know, there could be even a warranted stand-up here.
I would say in rounds 1 and 2, the position was still so good for Adkison, and he was still punching, doling out some punishment. This is one where, yeah, stand up, like, okay, can't disagree with it too much. And they will stand up because that round is over.
Yep. Yeah. Castillo very much so disappointed in the landscape of that fight. And respectfully, he held his tongue. He didn't say anything to Caden. Caden kind of shook his head too. I think he agreed the fight perhaps wasn't fight of the year candidate, you know what I mean? But Adkison did do what he needed to do to get his hand raised tonight. And sometimes, that is what you have to do. Angel Castillo, very dangerous fighter. Every win he's got is by an enigmatic finish. Adkison looking to just put a little bit of a streak together.
Yeah, if I was Adkison, I would not be ashamed or be affected by what the audience says at all. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to come in here and win. And, a guy like Angel Castillo, who's very tough, who has knockout power, who's very big, you got to take the advantage where you've got it. And
yeah.
I think he fought a smart fight today.
It always goes back to like, hey, figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's so boring, figure it out and best me in that. And I will say, rounds 1 and 2, I didn't think it was boring.
No.
Round 3 was one of those where you're like, okay, we know what you're doing. And again, let's see how the judges scored. So here's Wayne, and we'll talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by Adkison. All 3 judges score the fight 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Caden the Rage Adkison.